Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal or ideal. Earl Nightingale. My friends, progressive. Each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes, you will progress. You will get better and better. Like I say, almost every day. Don't worry about how long it'll take. It'll take the time it takes for you to master this, but when you do, you will make up for every second you ever spent. Just keep with it and know that you can do it. Let's jump into these charts. By the way, Patreon members, we have already completed the charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies for the week. That'll be uploaded for you as soon as we finish this program. I got it recorded yesterday and got it uploaded to YouTube. I just didn't get it loaded up over at Patreon. And also, I can't wait to share with you, I think the weekly vertical crossovers this week will be interesting. In weeks like this, where the market's giving no sort of definitive push one way or the other, we usually have some very interesting weekly vertical crossovers. I look forward to doing that research for you over the next many hours. Now, let's jump into these charts. Stocks are up. Everything else is down. Where does that leave us? With the S&P 500, we have two spinning tops here you can see currently for the week. You see the low last week was 539.44. This week, 539.96. We're not reaching the lower low yet. We do have some okay volume at this point. Maybe we'll get up to average or above average volume. That would be nice. Maybe still a spinning top. Might give us some idea that the market's going to go down. Maybe it'll even be bigger. But again, when we don't have volume that backs up the top and then the rollover, it makes it very hard to feel comfortable going into a trade. In this case, a down trade. Now look at the 2-day because that tells us a little more. This is just Wednesday. We still have tomorrow to finish this 2-day trade. But it is a doji right now. Looks like it's probably a green doji. Let's blow that up. Yep, it is. And what do we see there? Well, we're about halfway to the average on that, but it shows lots and lots and lots of indecision. It is below the weekly trend line, but we can see here, particularly in the afternoon on Wednesday, things really jammed up. Ambivalent in the morning, a doji in the morning on the half day, but jacking up. But look, the candle did not press above, push through the weekly trend line. So we'll see how things go on Thursday. What about the Qs? Now it's up sharply over 2%, 2.10%. Again, you had some ambivalence in the morning at a green spinning top. You can see the wick here about the same on the high as the low. But in the afternoon, the market really jammed up, pushing through just barely in the afternoon on the half-day chart, pushing through that weekly trend line. Green spinning top. So again, more than a doji, tending up, but with some indecision. And again, we haven't seen the candle body itself push through. We did see the wick push through. And of course, we've got for the week. Now again, we're not hitting the low of last week yet. We have a red spinning top. So again, lots of indecision here. We're 3 days in, and you can, of course, see that we may make average volume or more by the end of the week. So we will keep our eye on things and just see. These last 2.5 days, we've had gaining up movement on that half-day chart. So let's keep an eye on things, see which way they swing. Now, bonds pulling back a little bit. Didn't do it in the morning, but did in the afternoon. Up in the morning, then pulling back 0.10%. So, 0.1% down. So pretty much flat. But again, bonds not taking off, well above the weekly trend line on the half day and the 2-day. Are we going to bounce off this potential top? And we can see where the wick now has already pushed through it. It did that in the morning on Wednesday. So we'll keep an eye on, then came back through. So we'll keep an eye on 20-year U.S. government bonds. What about gold? Gold, again, about flat for the day, down 0.16%. Not much. Gold really ranging back and forth in the morning, and then, of course, not getting as high as it was yesterday In the afternoon, we've got our third spinning top. Looks like it's forming right now. Not a lot of volume to speak of. Is gold going to bounce off the prior top? Right now, gold is, we can see how the volume has been reducing. We'll see how volume continues for this week, or if gold is going to sort of run out of juice and roll over. If it does, I hope we have some real volume, because we do have, with the top here several weeks ago, we have decent volume there. So if we got a red spinning top and decent volume, it'd make us feel comfortable about going short on gold. Now, let's move on lastly and take a look at HODL, which is our 24-hour day Bitcoin chart, down 0.38%. We say it was much further down in the morning, recovered a little bit in the afternoon, trying to push through. It pushed through at the end of the day. In the afternoon, it did push through that weekly trend line on the half day. We got a doji there, first day of the latest 2-day candle, and almost up to average volume in the afternoon. We can see where we are for the week. Doesn't look like we're even up half the volume. And again, not reaching the low of last week, so some of that downward energy has dissipated, but still there's a lot of downward push on the price of Bitcoin. That is where we are, my friends. We always love to hear from you. cw@chartingwealth.com. If you have questions, problems, concerns, we're always happy to hear from you. Try to address those on the show. And again, thanks so much for tuning in. Patreon members, thank you so much for all your support underwriting the cost of the channel. Remember, the things you support tend to stay around, and the minute you sign up and become a Patreon supporter, you get all sorts of benefits. First thing you get is Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. That's our 3-part series on options. You won't find a better options training anywhere. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.